Hello and welcome to Tarot by the Moon. Oh, it's Tasha here at Tarot by the Moon. I thought I'd put a few fairy lights around and get in the festive mode. I love fairy lights any time of the year. Who doesn't? I absolutely love these guys. Coming close to winter solstice now, my loves. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Welcome to any new viewers as well and new subscribers, and thank you very, very much. We're just over halfway through a waxing moon. The moon is getting bigger, so we are hurtling towards full moon. This is a week where it would be a phase of the moon where it would be all too easy to throw the towel in and say, oh, I've had enough, I can't take any more, I'm giving up, I'm losing sight of my goals and intentions. Please don't do that. Like I said to you in the last week's video, we're in Sagittarius season. Keep the focus of that archer with us now, okay? And understand that we are setting out to achieve our goals for sure, all right? And our goals were joy, peace and love, and that was the theme that was coming up in our last reading, okay, my love? So this week we're over halfway through. The energy is gathering. We're gathering pace. We're starting to feel a lot more festive. We're starting to accumulate energy, okay? There was something else I wanted to share with you guys. Oh yes, today is Saturday and we're in a sun trine with Chiron, and what that means in basic terms is Chiron is the planet of the wounded healer. It's the healing planet. There's a lot of healing energy around. There's a very therapeutic sort of vibe to the weekend this weekend. You may be asked to help somebody else. You might find yourself being very helpful to somebody else, or you may indeed need that extra support and help yourself, okay? And it's the perfect time for it, okay? It's all about the healing this weekend. So how lovely. Just see how the universe takes care of us. Once again, we're just over halfway through the moon. We're heading towards Yule. We're heading towards the winter solstice, Christmas. And over halfway through, we get a sun trine Chiron. Lovely healing energy for the weekend. So, excuse my babas. In case you haven't watched before, these are my babas. These are my doglets. Come here, baby. This is Mr. Murray, the collie dog, and that's Mr. Milo that you can hear in the background, the Jack Russell, and they both absolutely just love bombs, you can imagine, right? To keep me on my toes and keep me smiling, fair play. So yeah, this is another way the universe takes care of us. It's thrown us a sun trine Chiron just over halfway through to give us a little boost. So tap into that healing energy, tap into that healing energy in yourself and in others around you. Don't be too proud to have support or help or healing from other people when it's coming in, okay? Accept it graciously, accept it with an open heart, and also give there's that lovely flow of energy I want to say this weekend, okay? So anyway, without further ado, how are you all? Please get in touch and let me know how you're all doing on this run up to Yule this year, because I'd love to hear from you all. And thank you to everyone who's got in touch with me on the last video as well. It's much, much appreciated, every single one of you. I am going to go in today. We've got I'm going to go in with these Thelema Tarot. They seem to be quite popular. They seem to be getting quite well received. Now, in case you haven't watched before, the word Thelema comes from the ancient Greek and it means to intention, okay? So perfect. Let's see what's coming up. This reading is a collective reading. Sorry, I went a bit dizzy then. My brain ran off a bit. What I haven't said is this reading is for everyone. You don't need to be a particular star sign to watch this reading, okay? I do 3 readings a week. Also, thank you to everyone who, watched the new reading. So I do 3 readings a week. This one is the collective reading. You don't need to be a particular star sign. Different star signs come up as we go along and we discuss those as we go along, but you don't need to be a particular star sign to enjoy or partake in this one. It's for everyone, and I work on the premise that we've all got the 4 elements within our charts, okay, that we work with on varying degrees, and you can find out quite easily if you go online and Google it, and Google finding out where your moon is, your sun is, your rising and your Venus. Quite easy. Multiple tools available now that you can find out in no time at all what's going on with your planets in detail. So I do recommend you do that. And we go in 4 sections. So the first section is air, and that's our mental health, the thought processes, and our how we're doing with all of that. The second area is water, and that's our heart chakra, our feelings, our emotions. Okay, the third one is fire, and that's our willpower, creativity, and our drive. And the fourth one is the earth, and that's how we're manifesting on a 3D, on a day-to-day, and what's going on the earth plane, and so to speak. Yeah. So I hope you're going to enjoy my little reading. People seem to be enjoying them so far. Excuse me, I need to take a sip of water. I feel a little bit. Now sometimes I go really quiet and slow, and my voice sort of slows down, which I feel is happening now actually. And sometimes I'm very, very quick and light and everything. It depends on the energies, it depends on where we are in the moon, it depends on what guides I'm working with currently are coming through for me. It depends on so many things. What I always say is it's not a TV show, it's a tarot channel. It's, you know, not rehearsed, it's live from my sacred space here, so I hope you appreciate that. It is always a little bit different, and it's not scripted in any sense. So let's see what's coming up for the collective today. Always call in as well, the highest vibration of love and only love into this reading for ourselves, for the beautiful planet that we live on, for all of the species and interdimensional life that we share this planet with, be they animals, plants, insects or other, for the star ancestors, for our ancestors, for our spirit guides, for our angels. Radical compassion and love, nothing but radical compassion and love for yourselves also, my love, and so it is. There we go. A little bit discombobulated today. Maybe there's a general feeling of this in the it's a general feeling, I like to say, of discombobulation is what I'm getting, of a little bit of brain fog, a little bit of stress coming in there, and I'm not surprised. Like I said in the last video, it's the time of year, it's inevitable that we're going to feel those things. So the first card out in the area of air, representing our mental health. Lovely. 2 more cards, 3 more cards out. Feeling that somebody's feeling it very much so. Somebody might be experiencing a little bit of brain fog, I want to say, because I've been fine all day. I've been very productive all morning and quite sharp, but just now that I've come on and sat here and opened the channel, I feel a little bit picking up somebody's energies, feeling maybe somebody's not been very well. I know there's a lot of lurgy about. I had it myself last week, so if you are suffering with any kind of lurgies or anything of that kind, I send you all our love and healing. Perfect time to receive the healing. Sunshine Chiron. There we go, there's our first 4 cards. I'm feeling better now I've said it as well. Somebody's not feeling themselves here today. Underneath the pack, 7 of Cups, wanted to show stuff. This one keeps coming up for a 7 of Cups. Yeah, it does. Okay. That's one confusion as well. There you go. It's about a lot of things. We'll come to that in a minute. Now, the first energy we got out is the Fool. I love this Fool. We had it the other week. What a beautiful Fool card. We said, look at her. A nice feminine figure in the Fool card for a change as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Setting off on a new quest, setting off boldly, going forward with nothing but like hope in your heart and spring in your step. Okay, this is how we're moving forward through the season. This is how we're moving forward through this phase of the moon. We are just boldly stepping forward. We're not worrying about what could go wrong. We've let go of all that. We've learned to let go of all of that, and we've decided, do you know what, let's just go in with an open heart. I feel like a childlike sort of energy coming up with that, and of course it's the time of year as well, and I feel like a lot of us are in touch with our inner child more at this time of year, I want to say, and there's probably a lot of us got childhood memories. A lot of us will have wounding as well that we're looking at around this time of year, and it's very natural to do that at this time of year, I feel. But we're wanting to step forward with that innocence of a child, with that absolute wonder, trust. She's holding a white rose there. It's interesting, she's holding a white rose there, and I have white roses here in a vase. You just have a shot, you cannot see them. I'm going to get a beautiful white rose for you. So she's actually holding a white rose there as well, and I have a white roses on my dresser this week. I have various flowers at various times, wherever sings out to me at different times. I'll leave it there. White rose being a symbol of purity, being a symbol of a pure heart and a pure heart vibration, of innocence, of course, and all of those things. So I'm loving that. That's how we're going forward mentally. That's the mental energy that's coming in for us. The second card we've got coming up, my loves, is a Three of Swords, and it's come up in the area of our heart, water, our feelings. Now, I haven't really looked at this Three of Swords before. As I say, it's a fairly new set of tarot cards. So I'm just exploring it with you guys now. Beautiful ethereal imagery on them. I'm sure you'll agree. Where traditionally we see three swords plunged into a heart, we see it being plunged into a full-blown red rose there, and a figure hugging herself in grief. Now, this has come up in the area of the heart, and it often represents a broken heart, grief, despair, feeling hurt. Now, what did I just say? We're healing the inner child here. Okay. This is a week where we're starting to perhaps feel things surface for healing. And like I said in the preamble, we're in the universe's perfect order of taking care of us at the minute, as we're in a sun trine with Chiron, and that's all about healing and therapy. So you might be finding a lot of inner child stuff is coming to the surface for healing right now and over the course of this next week, my loves, and that's okay. Let it come up for the healing. It's coming up for the healing. That's what's happening there. I feel like the fact that we've chosen this particular deck of cards and this particular image there with the figure hugging herself is as well. You know that, and you know how to take care of yourself. Just the fact that the way she's holding herself there, it's like it's saying to me, you know what's going on. You know why it's like you've learned to sit with your feelings instead of ignoring them, instead of brushing them away, instead of drinking and carrying on at this time of year and all of those things, yeah. It's like now we're at a level where we can actually sit, just like that figure there, sit with that pain, understand what those feelings are, understand why you feel triggered by certain things, understand why you feel what we might have labelled at one time as negative emotions, but that we shouldn't really, that we should label as, all right, Mr. Milo, that'll do, come here. But that we should understand them as just feelings that are there coming up to be healed. They might be awkward, they might be difficult, sort of awkward feelings. Allow them to rise up. Don't push them away and say, oh, I'm fine, I'm all right. Well, it doesn't matter about me. And it does matter. A lot of us will not have had an easy childhood around Christmas time. A lot of us will have painful memories to process around Christmas and Christmas time and different various triggers that come up around it, okay? I think most people do more than they let on. I think it's a little bit of a myth that everybody had a happy family every year of their life and a happy family Christmas every year of their life, even the relatively lucky ones. So allow that stuff to come up, because what we're going for, we're going for this, okay? We're going for getting back to this state of purity, a pure heart vibration, return to innocence, and to quote Enigma, but it is a return to innocence, a return to the start, the holy fool, the zero. I'm bringing in that healing, my loves, okay? And like I say, that energy is bounding this weekend. That allow it to come out. If you feel a bit sad, if you feel a bit sorry for yourself, if you feel a bit, any of those things that we might consider to be difficult. Is it really difficult? Is it really difficult? It's a little bit awkward. It's a little bit painful. Let it be. Let it come up. Let it be healed under this Sun trine Chiron that we're going through right now over the weekend, my loves, okay? I'm sending you so much love, and I'm feeling it for people as well. Like I said at the beginning, I felt like a little bit of brain fog, and I didn't feel like that before I sat on here, but yeah. The thing is, when we hold on to those so-called tricky or difficult emotions, we will cause ourselves to be ill, we'll cause ourselves to become run down, we'll cause ourselves to have a low immune system, to have that brain fog, because we're trying to repress that emotion. We're ignoring that inner child that's in pain. If your inner child is in pain at this time of the year because of XYZ circumstances of your childhood, don't be ignoring it. Don't be pushing it down. You know, don't continue to cause pain to it. There's lots of exercises you can do to heal the inner child. Visualize that inner child that's you, and give it the love that it needs, and give it the support that it needs, and tell it that it's worthy. Okay. and that it's time to let this pain go now, because we're not taking pain forward with us, we're not taking shame forward with us, we're not taking guilt, shame, pain, fear. This gets triggered at this time of year as well in people, massive amounts of it. We're not taking any of that forward with us, okay? So hold that in a child of yours. Just like that figure in the cards holding herself there. Comfort yourself. Know that we've got this. We're moving forward. Just like that Fool energy with a pure heart. Total faith, total confidence. The confidence of a fool indeed. Because of course there'll be pitfalls, of course there'll be dangers, of course there'll be this, that and the other. But you know what? Does she look worried about it? No. She's excited to be off on a brand new cycle, on a brand new adventure, brand new way of doing Christmas, brand new way of doing Yule, as we discussed in the last one, okay? Different energy we're working with now. Okay, we're leaving the old ways behind. The King of Pentacles has come up in the area of fire. Lovely, lovely, earthy energy, very generous. These have got a Christmassy vibe to them, these cards. I'm sure you'll agree with me and see what I mean. And I didn't really realise that until, like, now. That light coming off that treasure chest there and the way he's looking at it, he could almost be like a kind of a Father Christmas himself. Look at him, he's got like a green man sort of headdress on, and he's holding that pentacle close to his chest there. He knows that it's time to step forward into maturity. It's a very, very mature energy. We've gone from the Fool to the King of Pentacles. And of all the kings, I'd say the King of the Pentacles is the most sort of grounded, the most sort of grown up, down to earth, mature, level-headed, not just in a business sense, in all sorts of sense, stable sort of energy of all that very earthy energy, okay? So we've gone from a Fool, from the innocence of the Fool, a child there, to the King in one reading, and that's what it's suggesting to me, is like that it's like we realise it's time to grow up, to realise it's time to leave this pain behind, it's time to heal us in our child, okay? It's time to take as many steps as we can to heal it, at least anyway. If anything has been triggered today during this reading as well, I'm just sending you a whole lot of love, and please get in touch with me. Anything you tell me will be in total confidence, and I will always point you in the right direction for the professional help to help you with any of the issues that come up, okay, my loves? Take care of yourself, and remember that you're not alone, whatever it is that you're processing. Generosity I'm getting here as well, generosity of spirit, because he just looks like he's able to be generous. Look at him, he's got that treasure chest shining light up. Generosity of spirit coming from our passion and our creativity and our fire. Creativity as well, it's like, it doesn't mean you have to go out and buy the most expensive things and to get yourself into. It doesn't mean that. It means you can be creative about how you're generous. You can be creative about that. It's about giving of yourself as well. It's about understanding that, yeah, you may have not had the greatest Christmases as a child, all right? Or you may have had hurt to process at this time of year. We've just come up there with 3 swords in our emotions. For sure, but that doesn't mean you have to be carrying that spirit over to other people's lives. You can learn to be this emotionally stable, steadfast king that's able to give, freely of himself, that's able to relax. And it's not about what we got and what we haven't got. It's about what you're giving of yourself, whether you're giving off a mean-spirited vibe or whether you're giving off an open-hearted vibe. That's what I'm seeing here, and I'm seeing that we're able to do it because we've processed and healed this inner child. If we're working with this energy that we got now over the weekend, we'll be able to tap into our fire, tap into our solar plexus, and manifest this kind of energy to radiate out to other people. And of course, while we're radiating that out to other people, it's going to come back to us. It's going to come back to us, and that's the stuff that creates miracles. That's the stuff that creates pure magic, my loves. Do not doubt it. The next one coming up is a Knight of Cups, manifesting in earth, manifesting in 3D. This is what we're pulling through. Once we've healed the inner child, worked with this energy of the sun trine Chiron, shown our positivity and generosity and stability back out to others, then we're getting a Knight of Cups. And a Knight of Cups is a beautiful energy. A Knight of Cups is very often an offer of love coming your way. If it's not an offer of a romantic kind of love, it can be any kind of love. This is exactly what I'm saying. So you've shone out that generous, stable energy, and what's come back to you, what you've manifested, is Knight of Cups, is people wanting to be sweet to you, people wanting to be kind to you, people wanting to offer you something nice in that cup. I can't help thinking as well when I get the cups, especially the court cards and the cups, it's like having a drink. He's literally offering you a cup, and how seasonal is that? And you know, it doesn't have to be alcohol, it might be a nice posh hot chocolate or something, you know, something like that. As simple as having a cup of tea with somebody, or even or whatever. But whatever's offered to you will be offered in a spirit of heartfelt. It's very heartfelt. Don't doubt it. Don't look around at people and say, oh, what are they up to? Or, well, what are they after? Or, well, why are they being nice to me? Don't do that, because all of these offers that are coming towards you, you're worthy of. You've earned, especially if you've done the work that we've talked about here today, you've earned it. You are worthy of it. It's your good karma coming back to you. People are just feeling good at this time of the year, and they want to be generous and they want to offer you. So don't get all awkward and say, oh no, thank you, oh no, I'm all right. No, don't. Try not to do that. Anyway, try and remember that what's being offered to you is being offered to you from a totally open heart, from 100% genuine vibration of love, my darlings. So that's what I'm seeing here for us. The Seven of Cups came up at the bottom of the pack, and the Seven of Cups keeps repeating itself for us over the last few readings. So there's still a lesson here that we need to learn, and I feel like it is about just staying in focus, because when we get a Seven of Cups, it's a little bit of a warning about losing our focus, because it's got, the lesson here is he's got these 7 gorgeous cups and he doesn't know which one to choose, right? And he's getting all up in his head about, what if I choose that one? And then it was it, right? This is about refocusing, and it's exactly what I said in the preamble about Sagittarius, about remembering that archer and the focus of the archer and the focus of being able to hit a target from far away, that energy, okay? Refocus, because we're at that stage of the moon, just over halfway, where it would be easy to just go, I've had enough, I can't cope with this, and sort of let that beautiful energy that we've gathered pace with so far go, okay? Time to refocus. Okay, my loves. So let's just clarify. I'm going to clarify with the Swedish Tarot now. It's so way out from different, the Swedish Tarot. I don't even begin, right? And I didn't get a book or anything like that with it, but I did buy a book of John Bauer's Swedish folk tales, and I have been reading them a little bit to get some insight what's going on with the Swedish folklore. And I did promise you guys some months ago that I would bring it in time for the winter solstice and time for Christmas, because I just feel like there's something really Christmassy about them. There's just something wintry, and it's that Swedish thing, isn't it? I mean, this Swedish culture does winter so well. They absolutely do. And I've got a cold chill there now, as I've said there. Okay. What am I getting there? Something about Sweden. Somebody's giving me a cold chill. Okay, maybe somebody's visiting Sweden, maybe somebody's from Sweden. I know I do have a Swedish friend that watches this channel, and she's absolutely gorgeous and she knows who she is. But there may be a connection with Swedish culture, Swedish something, because I've got a really cold chill as soon as I started talking about it. I feel like somebody's guide might be something to do with somebody's spirit guide here. Okay, I've just got to take that one out, because that's the it's not a card, you see what I mean, it's just part of the packaging. Okay, see what's coming up to clarify, just over halfway through our moon. The moon's in Aries today as well, incidentally, so that's back to the beginning feeling, and that's the Fool. The moon is in Aries today, and that is the Fool energy. That is way back to the beginning, start again, brand new cycle, fresh energy. So perfect time to refocus, perfect time for healing before we push on towards the winter solstice. Let's see what's coming up to clarify for my viewers there today. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Any more? Clarify, can we do this today? Perfect. So there we are. There's our clarifiers. Okay. The first one we got is a 7 of rods, my loves. So this is like smashing through your obstacles, okay? Smashing through any obstacles, absolutely sort of like getting the energy here of not taking no for the answer. Sometimes that's a very negative sort of attitude to have, but sometimes it's a very appropriate attitude to have, okay? Now, I don't know what's going on here, to be honest with you. I haven't come across this story. Some kind of tale involving a giant, obviously, yeah. Now, what's bringing to my mind is that, and it's come up in the area of our mind as well to clarify the fall, is if we're not careful, okay, that giant could seem so overwhelming, and this is the trouble at this time of the year. Now, we can get so overwhelmed, we can blow every little thing up before we've even started. It's only December the 3rd, you know, and we could just blow every little thing, aspect of this healing that's coming up at Christmas and the whole issue of Christmas up to this size of this giant if we're not careful. Now, we could do that. I'm sure what the tale must be telling us is that they actually find a way to resolve this issue, because that's what the 7 of Rods is all about. It's about resolution. It's about hanging in there. It's about being able to smash through any obstacles. Okay? And maybe why I'm thinking that, and possibly break them down into size as well. So something might seem like it's like too big to overcome. So every year you do the same thing. Every year at this time of year you do the same thing. You behave in the same ways. You follow the same patterns and the same cycles, because perhaps it's too painful for you to heal it, or to look at it, or to try and do something different, or you believe that it's going to be. But what this is showing us quite clearly is that you're blowing it up. Blowing it up out of all proportion, or the potential to blow it up out of all proportion is there. But while that potential is there, it's also the potential to show you how powerful you truly are, and how you can actually just smash through that, yeah, and persevere. I want to say as well, as an element of perseverance here, because some things do seem like it's like, oh, you know, how many people have had moaning to me this week already? There's only the first week of December, and they're like, they've got extra bills already, so how are they gonna? And it's like, do you know what? You just take it one thing at a time. Take it one thing at a time. The important thing is to keep that joy in your heart. The important thing is that white rose of purity there, okay, that came up in the card and that I've got on the table today, weirdly. The important thing is to remain in a pure heart vibration and not let these things overwhelm us, because how overwhelming does that image look there? Potentially very overwhelming. Potentially as well, that feeling of, so this is what I said at the beginning, there's awkward feelings that we might have called a negative feeling. So feeling overwhelmed. So let's look at that for a minute. Let's really look at what feeling overwhelmed is and break it down. Just break it down. Feeling overwhelmed is an opportunity to show us that we are more stronger than we know, that we are capable of problem solving one little detail at a time, and that we are capable of is teaching us to be in the present moment instead of overthinking, and just do what you can, what's in front of you right now, and not to even think about the rest. It's teaching us to have faith. There's so many lessons there in just allowing the feeling of being overwhelmed to come up and processing it correctly. If that makes sense. I feel like it does. I feel like it fits in with the preamble very well now as well. We've got another 7. We've got a lot of 7s today on the table. We've got a 7 of Cups. Now the 7 of Cups has come up twice for us today, so this is definitely Spirit screaming at us that we need to refocus. What a weird imagery we've got in there. See what I mean about these Swedish folk tales? I mean, yeah, you tell me what's going on. I don't know. I haven't come across this tale either in my book, but it looks so interesting and so wintry, and if you do know what it is, please get in touch and leave us notes below, because I'd be absolutely fascinated to know more about them. There's there's a lady there being chased by what looks like either 2 horses or a horse with 2 heads, another horse, an owl, 2 foxes. There's this little character here in the corner watching on as well, behind a rock. Waiting perhaps for a chance to move, waiting for a chance to, but where do you go? Where do you turn when all of this is coming at you? The fact that 2 7 of Cups have come up there is Spirit screaming at us that we need to refocus right now before things get to this, before things get to that overwhelming stage. Just allow that healing of Chiron, Sun Trine, like I said to you at the beginning, come in and do the healing. Heal the inner child. This might be the perfect weekend. Like I said to you last week, when it starts to feel a bit like that, and that's the time you need to take a half a day off at least, or if you can take the whole day off, take the whole day off, whatever you should be doing, or pressure you've got on you or whatever, and just have a bit of downtime. Just have a bit of downtime. Just get cozy. Just watch a Disney film or something, and don't even think about it. Whatever this is, don't even think about it right now. Just let the healing come in. Just let the feelings come up that are difficult, that are overwhelming, that are awkward, that are so-called painful. I love the healing to come in. You might see it reflected in other people around you right now as well. They might be getting their sort of Christmas head on with it all, I want to say as well. What's this one? I'm not even sure what this is. I need to just check something a minute, my loves. I'm not very, believe it or not, and I know this sounds really bad, but I'm not very good at Roman numerals. Really not. But I know what they, so let's just bear with me a second. I've just got to find out what this, because there's no clue. There will be a clue. Oh, it might be a chariot actually. So Christmassy looking, these cards. This is why I wanted to take a bit of time to study these cards, because they're so way out and different, but I so want to share them with you guys too. Bear with me. We'll solve this now. Yeah, I thought it was the chariot. I said the chariot. I was right. Just double checking, because I'm not the greatest at Roman numerals. Now, look at the Swedish chariot. It's fabulous. It's like some great beast. Do you know what they remind me of? And I'm sure the inspiration for a lot of the dark crystal creatures has come from John Bauer, has come from Swedish folktales. I'm pretty sure it has. The more I've looked at them, I've gone, wow, that is just like something out of dark crystal or whatever. Some great and fabulous looking, fantastic looking beast there, hurtling through the snow, with a load of stuff on his back. And that little child there looks so Christmassy with all that snow around him and that little red bobble hat on as well. Carrying him through, carrying him along through all sorts of perils and dangers on his adventure, no doubt. Chariot energy. Chariot energy. That's come up to confirm that 7 of... Excuse me a minute, I got such a distracting dog. Mr. Milo! Mr. Milo! Mr. Milo! Come here. I'm crying out loud, dog. Seriously, come on. Right. Yeah, instead of getting confused, so it's kind of, it's perfect. It's manifesting right before your eyes, because I'm trying to focus here, and that's what it's about. It's about focusing. So if glad to come up twice, it's about keeping that focus. It's about keeping that aim true. Now, last week when I did the reading, the energy was completely different. And if you haven't watched that reading, go back and watch it, because you'll see what I mean. I'm like a different person on there. It's like a different reading, and that's the way these things go, and they should go. And on there, the energy was very sharp, very focused, all this and that. Now it's and I said it would, it's going to wobble. Refocus, but understand as well that that refocusing isn't like, it isn't even something that you need to make much of an effort with, as is the case of the traditional chariot card. Let's just compare it to that for a minute. One of the lessons of that is that he's not even having to put any effort in or steer or anything. It's like he's just being taken along by it. He's just being taken along by it, and he's allowing that, and he's just going with that. Okay. Something else for somebody though. Hang on. I feel like there's a lot of choices now. This sounds daft as well, but at Christmas time that is the case, and we discussed that in the last one. Like, people get like, oh well, I don't know who to go to because I'm going to offend people and whatever. But there's not just that. There's like the buying of gifts. You might be like, oh, I don't know, I went shopping for somebody and, you know, they wanted a new jacket and they were saying, I don't know which one to get. It could be something like that. But with this as well, I feel like it's something to do with a vehicle as well. Very often with a chariot, it's to do with a vehicle. Or how we move around. I want to say as well, the horses somehow. Something to do with horses here as well somehow. I don't know if anyone's getting a horse for Christmas. That would be mint. Or even a gift of like an ornament even being shown. Animal ornaments are being shown quite. I don't know why I'm being shown that. It's crazy. This is what I mean about this reading. It's such a different energy to the last one. It's like I feel like I'm a different person sat here, to be honest with you. But maybe I'm picking up on somebody in particular's energy here today as well. Somebody who hasn't been very well, I have to say. Somebody who hasn't been very well. It was absolutely fine until I sat down here. Stick with me, my loves. This is a weird one. Knight of Pentacles. Right, Knight of Pentacles is about slow movement. Slow but steady and stable. And that's come up to support the King of Pentacles. So very interesting because they're in the same family and they're in the same suit, okay? So you've arrived at this King of Pentacles. You've arrived at this place where you're able to be generous, where you're able to give of yourself, where you're able to give a positive energy out at this time of year to people. In spite of the pain, trauma of your childhood, in spite of all of that you are still healing, okay? You've arrived at that. And the Knight of Pentacles has come up to support that because that is showing us that it's been a long journey. I'd say it's been a lifetime's work even. But I feel like you've really levelled up now. You've levelled up from the Knight to the King there. It's been a lifetime's work of every year, this time of year, feeling a certain way, going through a certain cycle, watching how the people do the same sort of thing and whatever. And now you're sort of going, oh, I understand how I can do things different. I understand how I can be different. I understand how it all starts with me. And I don't have to project my pain out onto other people anymore. I can instead choose to be this generous, giving, stable energy of the King. Yeah, it's taken a long time to get there, and we must appreciate that, and we must congratulate ourselves for that, and we must appreciate it in others as well, that they're on their journey. Right, that'll do, Mr. Milo. Excuse me, my loves. This reading has been a little bit sad. Stop it. I'm so sorry. I feel really emotional, to be honest with you. I don't normally feel like this in my readings. If you've not watched my readings before, they're not all like this. Please bear with me. I feel really emotional as well, and I'm pretty sure they're not my emotions. I'm pretty sure they're the emotions of somebody watching this coming up. Somebody's processing something very heavy. I'm holding this owl feather. I found this owl feather in the summertime. It's so soft. Do you know when you find a feather and feathers have a certain texture to them? But the owl feather is like velvet, honestly. It's just comforting me there. I don't think there's an accent that fell on the floor. Okay. It's wise to sit with these feelings, is what I'm being shown very, very, very strongly during this reading. And I feel like that's maybe why I'm being given these feelings of confusion, of discombobulation, of a little bit angsty, like a little bit edgy. Let's put it like that. It's because it's in the collective, my loves. And if you're a sensitive type of person yourself as well, if you're a little bit empathic, psychic, sensitive, or any of those things, you'll be feeling that in the collective as well. So remember that when you start to feel like that, okay? Have a little stop, have a little think, have a little breathe and drop into your heart breath, and try and remember that a lot of those sorts of feelings that you're picking up are not even yours. They're what in the collective. It might be somebody very close to you. There might be somebody in your house, in your vicinity, that's sort of got an energetic link to you that's feeling those things. Okay, my love, and it might not be you at all. So bear that in mind. Alright, just sending healing there. Stay, just being shown the wisdom of an owl. Understand that your guides are watching you. They're ready to help you as well. Call on them. Okay, my loves. The next one coming up. This is the Emperor, isn't it? Is the Emperor. Divine masculine energy. Perfect. It's come up to support that Knight of Cups. This is about a healing of the divine masculine. Now, it came up in the last reading because we got the Blackthorn as a Celtic oracle, and I said to you guys that it's a very divine masculine energy. It's very wintry energy. It's very protective. Ancient people made weapons out of the blackthorn wood and stuff like that. This is very, very protective. It's very divine masculine, and this is where we're at. This is where we're arriving at. Mr. Milo, can you settle down, please? He's picking up all sorts of vibes. Can you just lie down, please, my baba? Good boy. All right, all right. So I'm getting this divine masculine sort of vibe. Now, look at that for an emperor. No messing about. And this little small child in front is so Christmassy, making a little offering as well. And the smile on the emperor's face. Because that guy looks like he could be pretty scary when he wanted to. That guy looks like he could be this guy quite easily. Or at least in league with, you know what I mean? If he wanted to be a bully or imposing or projecting his pain, the child, the innocence of the child there holding that cup up as well, is the full energy that we started with. Okay, this is how we're dealing with it. This is how we're dealing with, because that could turn toxic and we'd all be in a lot of trouble. Divine masculine energy at this time of year turning toxic can cause, yeah, it could sort of spoil a lot of things for people. It's within us all as well, not within men, just men. It's within us all. It's the part of us that looks to control. It's the part of us that looks to take action, okay? When it's in this divine aspect, it's absolutely wonderful and magical. And I'm thinking of Father Christmas now, and the legend of Father Christmas a little bit, because that's like a kind of a divine masculine sort of figure. I'm also being shown the Green Man. Now, when he, of course, so just to keep the basic principle of that going a minute, when he's happy with your behaviour or whatever throughout the year, he's all right. Everything goes all right. When he's not, oh goodness me, you know, you can look into. Funny that we're using the Swedish tarot, because I'm pretty sure it's from those sorts of cultures. If you look into the legend of Father Christmas, he's quite a fearsome figure actually. Sort of comes down and captures children and all that. I can't think of the name of it now. Captures children and all of this sort of thing. When he's out of balance, when he's in balance, oh, it's all great, it's all feasting, it's all gifts. So it's keeping that aspect of ourselves, and it's what I said last week, that but everybody gets carried away. Everybody wants to control outcomes at this time of year. Whatever outcome you think is the right outcome, you'll be trying to control it. Everyone does it. And that is toxic masculinity. That is toxic masculinity within us all. that we're striving to bring back into balance, and we're going to bring it back into balance, and we're going to keep it in balance, because we wouldn't have this card coming up in that area to support that Knight of Cups, because that offer that's being made, if you look, that little child in the image there could be that Knight of Cups coming forward with an offering, with a gift, with nothing but innocence and purity, the Fool card, the white holding the white rose, with nothing but an open heart, with nothing but wanting to bring joy and love and peace, with nothing but wanting to bring joy and love and peace. So don't let it turn you into an ogre, don't let it turn you into a grumpy, understand that this is purity. That little child, how much more can a picture speak 1,000 words? That little child there, just holding that up to that mighty, mighty king. And look at the expression on his face again. Like I say, it's totally melted his heart. Totally melted his heart. That's beautiful. Just enjoy it, my loves. And I mean, I know it sounds corny as well. And it's the corniest time of the year, so it's okay, I suppose. There's a lot of green here as well today. I've just been really shown clearly how much green is in these cards. It's like the main colour in all of the cards is green, and that's very festive in my mind as well. That's like evergreen, spruce, pine, energy, keeping that health and joy and vigour throughout the winter, not letting not everything dies back, is what I'm being shown. Not everything dies back in the winter, nor is everything meant to die back in the winter, because just like evergreens, so much green, because you can see what I mean on the screen even there. Just like the evergreens, not everything's meant to die back, not everything's meant to sleep, not everything's meant to hibernate during the winter. Some things stay as fresh as ever through the winter, and those things that stay as fresh as ever through the winter are the purity and the innocence of the child, the purity and the innocence of your own inner child, the purity and the innocence of being able to heal what's damaged, what's gone in the past, and leave it behind in the past, so we can move on to become this mature, stable version of ourselves, so we can refocus our energies on where we're going this season. And where we're going is absolutely beautiful. I love how Christmassy this looks, and I haven't even tried. It's just happened organically, like I say. Forgive my discombobulated energy, because forgive my dogs being so distracting. I feel quite distracted, I gotta be honest with you. I don't feel I feel like a completely different person to what I did on the last one. It's really weird. As I say, maybe I'm different. We're all feeling different. Maybe I'm connecting with somebody different. Maybe I'm just picking up on somebody else's energies here. Hope you have enjoyed the reading. Please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a share. Please give me a like. Please leave me the comments. I feel very, very strange. Gotta be honest. Okay. We're gonna go in with a moan ritual, my loves, okay, to wind this up. I'm getting a feeling here of, I know this is completely unrelated to anything that we've talked about, but I'm going to say it because it's been shown to me really clearly now. Getting a feeling here of eavesdropping. I don't know why. Either you've been eavesdropping on somebody, or somebody's eavesdropping on you, or I just want to say be careful, because somebody's looking over your shoulder at something, or you're looking over somebody's shoulder at something. And you're listening, and you're wondering, maybe somebody's just curious. Maybe they're just curious, but their energy feels quite oppressive, actually. I'd like to say, and maybe you're picking up on that as well. Maybe there's somebody causing you a little bit of a blockage. A little bit of oppression there. What I want you to remember is that you've healed your inner child, you're working within this Sun-Trine Chiron, that you are emotionally stable and emotionally mature, and that any negative energy that's directed towards you, especially at this time of year, It doesn't have the effect on you, but you might think it would. Okay, as soon as you remember that it doesn't have the effect on you that it might think it would, it goes straight back to the sender. It goes straight back to the sender. If people are treating you in a suspicious way and eavesdropping and looking over your shoulder or any of that kind of nature as well, it says more about them. It says more about their nature, not yours. So don't get up in your head about it and don't allow it to bully you, because I feel like there's an element of bullying here on the table today with that as well. Like I said, that ogre energy. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it get you, okay? It's going to be sent back to them. It's going to be sent back to them threefold, because that's the law of karma, my loves. So don't you let it get you down. At the full moon, I surrender my intentions for love to the universe. Now, we're not at a full moon yet, but we're hurtling towards full moon. We're certainly in the waxing energy. So somebody is trying to manifest love into their life. Now, we'll be talking more deeply about that in not the next reading. The next reading will be a starseed one. I might upload it later on. Tomorrow I'll be doing the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces love reading collective. So that might be something in there for you. So I recommend you come back and have a look at that. I also recommend you have a look at the one I did last week. There might be something in there for you. But you know what? It's not just romantic love. And I know I always say it's not just romantic love. It's love. It's one love. It's big love. It's even love for yourself. Love from your higher self to your higher. You might feel unloved. You might feel alone. You might feel lonely. You might feel like people around you are not giving you what you're giving out to them and things like that. Remember to give it to yourself. Remember that you're worthy, and remember to give that self-love to yourself, okay? That's how you magnetise love to yourself, my loves. It's by accepting yourself as you are, warts and all, and remembering that you are worthy. You are more than worthy. You are as worthy as anyone else of any wish, desire, dream come true that you would want for yourself. Underneath the pack, we've got the forthcoming full moon. I like that because it is forthcoming. The forthcoming full moon allows me to see through the mist and realise my destiny. Is pretty much backing up word for word what I've just said to you. See through the mist of pain, trauma of the past, you wounded inner child, people around you projecting their negative energy that they're in the process of healing and dealing with onto you. See through it. See through that feelings of unworthiness to the truth of what you are. You are divine. You are this. You are this. And you are this. Okay? See through it. See through to the truth of what you really are, my loves. Love it. We're going to close. Thank you so much for your time and your energy. I'm going to drink quite a lot of water because this has been really heavy energy. Very, very strange energy. I've never felt anything quite like this before. If you did want a personal reading, please get in touch with me. I leave the information in the box below. Please don't give anyone any money, or anyone who reaches out to you and asks you for a reading is not me. I do not do that. You need to get in touch with me with the details that I'll leave in the box below, as I say. Okay, my loves. If this is the first time you've checked in with me, please don't judge this reading by... It's so different to any of the other ones I've done, and if you just look at the one I did last week, you'll see what I mean. But then that's the way it goes. I mean, the energy is constantly changing, so it should be different. We've got 3 come out from the angels there, angel blessings. One is surrender, release all tension, mental, emotional, physical, and the universe will support you. Release your tension. There's a lot of ways you can go about doing that. Physical exercise is probably one of the better ways. Even if it's just taking a good long walk. If you start to feel overwhelmed, pressured, bullied, any of those things that we talked about today, like your inner child's being triggered and you feel pain, feeling a bit sorry for yourself, good big long walk, good bit of exercise, good dance, good sing, anything of that nature will help you to release. Anything creative as well. You know, you might be a creative type of person, you might like to paint or draw, or anywhere that you release your passions, okay, I want to say. The next one was connection. Radiant beauty is within you. Find the pearl at the centre of your heart. That's an interesting one. That's about connecting with yourself, and it's what I said in the preamble, and it's what came up quite strongly in the first half of the reading as well, was about just act, and look at the figure there again, just sitting with those difficult emotions that truly are not difficult when you really look at them. They're just waiting to be healed. You're making it difficult, you're making it awkward by carrying on in the same cycle year after year, instead of just looking at them and going, oh yeah, I can heal this, I can heal this. It's interesting that a pearl is something that's a beautiful gem that we prize and that is so gorgeous and whatever, but it's actually caused by irritation. It's actually caused by a bit of grain of sand getting into the oyster shell and causing irritation, and the oyster spins around the mucus around it and it creates the pearl. And that's the same that I'm feeling here, because I'm feeling a really irritated, foggy, confused, off-kilter energy. You can take that pain, you can take that awkward emotion, you can take that irritation, and you can just let it irritate you forever and irritate other people around you forever. Or you can turn it into a pearl. Or you can turn it into a pearl and shine that forward. Like that King of Pentacles, with this treasure there. Okay? That's just beautiful. Tree of Life, we're all individual expressions of the same source energy. Embrace your uniqueness. We had this one the other week. So still coming up for us, still working on that authenticity and uniqueness. Time of year as well, with Christmas, it does tend to get pretty generic. So what I mean by that is, you don't have to have Christmas the same as everybody else has Christmas. You can have it in your own unique way. You don't have to have a turkey dinner. You don't have to go to church on Christmas Eve just because that's what people have always done. Whatever it is that you sort of get in a little bit, oh, do we have to do that? We do that every year sort of thing. No, you don't. You can celebrate the turning of the wheel in your own unique way, okay? And that'll be the correct way. You don't have to copy people. You don't have to compete with people. Just be yourself. Just allow the healing to come in. Allow the healing to come in for other people. Shine forth your beautiful, healed, stable, generous nature. Refocus on that joy, love and peace that we're bringing in, okay? Because that's what it is all about, really. It's just that simple. And understand that people coming forward to you and being sweet to you and being Christmassy, even though you might be feeling a bit scratchy about that or a bit not Christmassy or whatever. They are being genuine, you know. What's the saying? Dimming somebody else's light doesn't make your light shine any brighter, I want to say. You know, it doesn't. It really doesn't. And if you see other people doing that, and you will see other people doing that, because there's always people around who are going through a lot of pain at Christmas time and they can't heal their inner child or whatever. And we go, oh, you know, they're a Grinch, they do this, they're that, or whatever. Just try and remember they are healing that pain, okay? You don't have to take on their pain, and it is difficult for sure, and they are projecting it onto you, but you don't have to take it on. You don't have to take it on. You can stay in that generous, healing, soft energy. You can just refocus your energy away from that and put it onto something creative, something that's going to help people, something that's going to grow a vibration of healing and generosity in people and open-heartedness. So it is difficult, and I won't lie, it is difficult. It's a tricky one, but it's there to teach us as well. It's there to teach us how strong we can be, how much we can heal, how far we can come, how courageous we can be, how generous we can be, how amazing we can be. All of those so-called difficult emotions are being asked to be sat with right now this weekend, my loves, okay? So take it easy. I do recommend you take it easy and you don't go rushing about too much this weekend, even if you might be quite busy already. Especially if you're getting those overwhelmed feelings. Like I say, just stop. Just stop. Just don't even think about it for the rest of the day. Just chill out from it, okay? It'll all still be there to do next week. I'll be back on next week with the Tarot by the Moon Collective reading, and we'll be at a full moon energy by then. So, goodness me, yeah, that'll be really, really exciting. I'm going to see how the rest of my day goes now. I'm just going to take a little break from this reading because it's been super heavy. Super weird energy. I may come back on and do my starseed reading later on. I may leave it till tomorrow. Either way, you'll get your starseed reading and you'll get the love reading for the water sign collective before the end of this weekend, my loves, okay? So I hope you enjoyed. As I say, give me the thumbs up, give me the like, give me the share, give me the subscribe. Love you all from the bottom of my heart. Take it easy, drink lots of water, get some extra rest, and love you all to bits. Lots of love, lots of light.